I'm Sumit Dayal, and I've been a photographer for over a decade now. I've been taking photographs as a news and documentary photographer, working primarily for international magazines and newspapers like Time Magazine, the New York Times. As we all know, technology has advanced to a point where it's available for everyone to use in a way where it's democratized the photography landscape today. I think one of the most essential things that I look when I am looking for a camera or a phone or something in between is basically um, technology that helps me do my things seamlessly, where I'm not thinking too much about the technology. And I think when the Huawei was handed over to me about 2 weeks ago, um, I was trying to use it as a DSLR phone, and trying to push the phone as a DSLR in that sense, and use it in ways that I would have used it if I was shooting, say, news or a reportage story, or going out and shooting, say, a feature story for a magazine. Now, the kind of complications that come in when you do that is basically shooting in low light or shooting things that happen once. So we put ourselves in a position where we basically saw the situations that one faces, and then we went out to do similar stories. So what I'm talking about over here is something that hasn't been done before, at least for me, and I've been using a lot of other phones, especially going out and covering, say, the Nepal earthquake, or covering the war in Afghanistan. These situations don't give you another chance to shoot the same thing. And now you have the technology inside a phone. So for me, one of the most exciting features is the fact that with a small flip of your hand, you can actually go into professional mode, and you can actually control a lot of these settings very seamlessly. It's very user friendly. That's something that is very exciting. So the first time I'm actually being able to see that I can capture, process, and then share my images directly. So that can be a very revolutionary thing for journalism in general. So and it's not that it hasn't been done before, it's just that there's a lot more control with this phone. The phone handles low light extremely well. You can push the ISO up to 3200, and even there you don't really see any color artifacts or color noise. And that's kind of spectacular, because this is one of the things that happens a lot in the kind of work that I do, where you have to shoot a lot during the low light situations. So low light performance is spectacular. I would say that the fact that you can actually do light painting, which means that you can keep the shutter open, is another first for me, at least in this kind of tech gear scenario, where you're doing this with a phone. This is not a DSLR, so it's kind of amazing that you can actually do light painting with that. And within light painting, you have different modes that you can choose from. You can go from shooting tail lights, light graffiti, or water or starlights. This is the kind of stuff that you would end up doing with a DSLR. The other thing that is interesting and really important for, say, news photographers or magazine photographers or editorial photographers is the ability to shoot in RAW, where you get high-res images that you can print for the magazines, or print for advertising or billboards later on. And this gives you the ability to do that. You can shoot in RAW, fantastic video, which is then supplemented by slow motion and time lapse. So it gives you all those features within the phone, and you don't have to necessarily leave the phone and go to another app and do this. So it's all native, which is kind of incredible. I think that all of these things that we talked about in terms of its features, whether it's low light or if it's this dual camera lens from Leica, which gives you the ability to go between monochrome and color, or the ability to shoot in RAW, is just super exciting, especially for the realm of journalism and advertorial or editorial work. It's just it's fantastic that there's a device in your hands that can actually do all of this.